Hey guys, Peter here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on the pros and cons of a BladeMaster. And I'm not recording the game currently because it takes a toll of my computer, and I'm just mostly going to be going through the skill tree anyway, so this is going to be more fitting. So once you hit max level and you're like a very hardcore player, you probably are level 50 and with a Moon level 5. And you're wondering like with this patch, I guess, like is BladeMaster stronger or weaker? It depends on. In PvE we're definitely more stronger. We're more adaptable to change. But in PvP it seems that with more skill points, classes other than BladeMasters are getting more powerful. So, such as assassins have their blue buff, and freaking force masters have time to bail, basically. So let's start off with your genetic breed. So for me, I might go through this one for a guaranteed crit, and it gives off some focus. And if you go to down this tree, you'll gain HP, but you'll be you're just standing from one place and from the user. But if you're like here, you can cover more ground, more people, no, not people, on mobs. And with your draw stance, you're flitter, so everybody's gonna go down this tree regardless. Maybe this one if you're like, maybe this if you're like a beginner level, like level 30, and you need to do some quick damage. Yeah. So if you're going down 3 skill, you're not going to be able to do much, but if you go here, you do a little bit more damage, but overall you want to go down to this tree. And now for a cyclone, it really depends on what you're trying to do. Like for this is like mostly for parrying, and if you go down this tree, you're gonna be a tank basically. And if you go down this tree, yeah, if you go down this tree, you're gonna be you're just like a basic BM killing every mob. And this is good if you're in a party, but mainly you're gonna be the one tanking the boss, like the Yeti, which has recently came out. Alright, and our Pierce. I feel like I don't really use this as much as I should, since you're gonna be mostly in your basic stance, but people are always trying to get back into draw sense to deal damage. But if you just put 2 points in, you already have an increase in damage. And for my character, this was like around 3,000 to 5,000 depending on your AP. And if you put another point in, you're just gonna be spamming it non-stop. And if you just go here, this is for healing yourself. So depending on the amount of damage you do, you're gonna get 10% of that. So let's just minus 1 point there. Alright, so your home slash, you're gonna have at least 1 point in here. But for this, it seems this is more PvP based, and this is more PvE. But if you're used to your since all of these have like cooldowns and everything, so most people just go this to do their any cancel. So the pros we have, we can guard well, we can parry well, we do a good amount of damage in basic and draw stance. But I don't see a lot of people use this. Like, we could use this for basically, I feel like this is for destroyers because it disables charge. I don't know if it does anything, but who knows, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But yeah, most people doesn't use this. And in the flash step, everybody's gonna be going down this tree because the amount of damage you do. This one is like, if you're not able to turn your mouse very quick, this is just a substitute for turning your mouse around. But everybody just puts it on this one. Take flight, it's mainly PvP wise. Lower cooldowns, our block of blades. This is just range, so nothing much there. Alright, your tab skill. For the most part, I just put 2 points here, 3 points if PvP. If you're struggling with your focus, we just go down this tree. Sorry if I'm rambling a bit, but it happens. But yeah, this is for like focus, like more focus recovery, more like for here we maximize our Pierce, as you all know from our R&B skill. So that's another way to enable Pierce. But mostly we just go down this tree. It's like easier, I guess, for people, I don't know. Second one, for PvE, I just put 1 point in. You're gonna have 2 points if you're doing like your faction dailies, but I just keep that 1. And the pro of this is like Summoner, Destroyer, and for this one it's like if you're trying to buy some time for your cooldowns. This is just to do our air combos, or just getting out of CC. Yeah. Our block, it's very powerful. If you get your HM skill for block, you just a walking god basically, because once you use this you can just walk up to any monster, ignore anything to throw at you for like 3 seconds, I think. Yeah, user and nearby party members are resistant to damage effects. So like for 5 seconds you're immortal. So yeah, get this if you can. If not, you're just gonna go back to here to parry. Alright, our rush. This is a gap filler. Another pro. And if we put 1 more point in here, we disable the charge. We're basically able to disable your skills a little bit. Raid, I just go here. PvP wise, go here. But what this does is extends any amount of CC. So with my tab, if I had this, and I use it, I go and draw sense, use my 2. I have 5 seconds of CC. Just think about that. 5 seconds of doing like air combos, or just basically spamming them and draw sense with your anti-cancel. Alright, ankle biter, it's like PvP wise, go down. Like PvP wise, you're just gonna spec this tree. PvE wise though, you're just gonna go down this tree. And for your 5-point strike, PvP, PvE, and then tank. Yeah, that's basically our 5-point strike. That's all we can do with it. There's nothing special about it, which kinda is a bummer, but that's all we can do for now. Alright, your lightning skull, another big pro. Oh yeah, the pro 5-point strike is it's a gap closer and it deals damage basically. In our lightning draw, I put at least 2 points in here. If you're like a PvE player and don't use your draw stance a lot, go here. But if you have your HM skill, now that's a whole nother story. Just if you have this, you're basically done. Like that, it does like an AoE damage, I think. Yeah, damaging field deals. Yeah, you should very much get this if you can. If not, just keep it at this or spec 1 point here. But if you feel the need to spend more points in, go down this tree. Otherwise, just keep it at 2. So our Falcon, it has a long cooldown if you put 2 points in here. This is a gap closer, another gap closer in PvP and PvE depending on what you're versing. But for this one, I'm not too sure on this one. Like, you can knock down. Yeah, I guess that's a knockdown we can do. Alright. You see, oh shoot, I skipped something. You see, this basically dismisses your flock of blades. Pull 1 point in, you generate 4 focus. There's nothing big about this. We might deal a little bit more damage, but yeah, this just to dismiss blade call. Our X is, well, you could use this for PvE and both PvP, but I just tend to not put anything. Your C charge, it heals 10% of your HP. This is gonna be your trinket basically. This is gonna help you heal up during your PvP match. It's gonna save you in a boss battle. Alright, we can do tag chasing with this. If you spec into this 16 meters, we can just charge right at them, but I just go down this tree. Q2, you just, I think, I don't know the difference, like, yeah, I don't really know the difference, but I'll just go down this tree. Lightning Rod, PvP, does daze for about 2 seconds, damage, for PvE, just go damage. That's all you gotta do in this. Alright, your flock of blades I've been talking about. You want to spec at least 2 points here for PvE. Against summoners, you might want to put 1 point here, but apparently I ran out of points. Oh, I spent too much in my Luna Slash. Alright. And our SS is just, it's your iframe, it gets you back in draw stance. Very useful. You have to spec in 1 point at least. But otherwise, yeah, this is gonna be basically your PvE build, and it's gonna be, yeah, just mainly PvE. If you're really going for PvP, look up for a guide because I'm not that type of guy. Alright, the overall review, we have about 30 seconds of CC. We have our block, which basically makes us immortal. Our gap closers, but we have very few, but that is a pro. What's another one? We can tank, yeah, that's what we're made for. We're made for tanking. And let's see, I think that's all of it. Leave in the comments below what you think. It's a pro of BladeMaster, but who knows, I might be wrong. And our cons, we have many. PvP, we suck. Oh, no offense for the actual good player, the actual good player, but if you're a casual or basically not good at all at memorizing patterns or anything, that we just very underrated. Even the assassin I know, and he's a streamer, say BM is basically a free kill. There's like no way a BladeMaster could beat a assassin easily. We're always gonna be on our guard most of the time. So yeah, PvP we suck at. Another con is we're not able to do as much damage as we can, since most of our damage comes from our draw stance. Now let's see, another one, let me think, another con is, we're very squishy with our block, so if you caught us off guard in our draw stance, you basically win any monster with a lot of CC. Like, I think Yeti is a good example. If you don't cure any or do your iframes right, you're dead. Because once you're in draw stance, no defense, then a Yeti wrecks you basically. Another one is that we're just very squishy again. Yeah, I might have repeated myself a bit, but yeah, we're just very squishy right now in this patch. That might all change if you're just, say you're Hongmoon 10. This might bring up stomp deals. You might gain HP back with this, but otherwise we're just very squishy. We can't do much. Like, I might just put points in I might normally have, but put that in there. Yeah, if you have HM, you might put things in other places, but I don't know, I never reach HM, the Hongmoon level 10, but if you are one, well, you basically have everything in your fingertips, because that's another big con. We can't do everything we can in this patch unless you're Hongmoon 10 or have a legendary weapon in PvE. I think it is, but I don't think that's a big deal in playing solo. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you disagree with anything, let me know, because I'm not all that great at explaining stuff. I'm definitely not the best that comes into statistics. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.